Good morning, I'm Angelo at Romeo Tree Service in Tucson, Arizona. I have a good opportunity to raise this mesquite limb off of the prickly pear. So we don't want it on the prickly pear, and we also want to keep it so that there's still privacy for the house. There's two reasons for making reduction cuts on this. The first is to take it off the prickly pear. The second is to show this lion-tailed limb. This is a lion-tailed limb, and when limbs have been lion-tailed, when leaders have been lion-tailed, the inner crown has been taken out, it responds with fast-growing weak length. So there's two reasons to make reduction cuts on this leader. The first is to get it off the prickly pear, and the second is to reduce the weight on this weak, long limb. So the more reasons you have to make any reduction cut, the better the cut is. Over here we have, we're going to make reduction cuts. So remember, reduction cuts are taking a leader back to a branch. So for example, here we have this leader. It keeps going, it keeps going, it keeps going. And we have all these branches that are growing on this leader. We're going to make a reduction cut back to a branch. That's a reduction cut. When we take any of these branches off, which we try to avoid because that creates fast-growing weak length, just like lion-tailing and taking out the inner crown, when we take these branches off, that's called thinning. But actually, there's a change in the terminology lately, and they're just calling it taking a branch out, taking a branch off. So a thinning cut now is called taking a branch off. So there's either a reduction cut, which is taking a leader back to a branch, or there's taking a branch off, which is just simply taking that branch right off the leader. I'm going to make this reduction cut right here, and I'm going to continue to make reduction cut after reduction cut so that we can get this mesquite off of the prickly pear. And keep in mind, we don't want to take it off the prickly pear by raising it like this. Actually, I prefer to think of it as reducing it from the ground or reducing it from the prickly pear. So we keep that nice umbrella outline of the mesquite so that the limb just reduces away from the prickly pear rather than popping up. We don't want to create these wings that go up. We just want to reduce it away. It's going to reduce away because of the reduction cuts, but mostly because those reduction cuts take leverage and weight out of this entire branch, and the whole thing raises up because of that leverage and weight is gone. A good point to make is that we're not just focused on the branches that seem to be the problem. We are going to make reduction cuts even on the branches that don't appear to be the problem. Because when we take away weight and leverage on the ones that don't appear to be the problem, they're connected to the same leader and everything raises. All right, we'll see how this goes. So as you can see, a lot of the reduction cuts I'm making are at the very top of this limb. Because when you take the entire limb back, when you reduce the entire limb, that's what really takes away the weight and leverage. So two takeaways here. Don't just reduce what appears to be the problem. Reduce the entire limb, because cumulatively it takes away weight and leverage and everything raises up. And then secondly, whenever you're raising from something like this prickly pear or raising from the ground or the roof or a walkway, I prefer to think of it as reducing from the ground. So we're just trying to reduce it from the ground because we're making reduction cuts rather than raise. We're trying to keep that nice umbrella canopy that Mesquites and Palo Verdes have, and we just reduce it from whatever we don't want it near. I hope this helps. To learn more about Mesquites and Palo Verdes, please go to our website, romeotreeservice.com, where you'll find our video, Mesquites and Palo Verdes, a homeowner's guide.